Today's example, it says Jenny's bowling average is 146. And today she bowled 138, 140, and 145, all below her average. What does she need to score on her fourth game to maintain her average score of 146? So we need to work backwards with algebra. And we do know that this problem has to deal with mean because of the word average. In order to find the average, we need to go ahead and add up all of the numbers and divide it by however many numbers we have, and that's going to give us our average. But in this particular case, they told us the average. The average score is 146. So if we had to add up our numbers, we had to go ahead and take a look at what our numbers are. We can see that we have 138 on her first game, 140 on her second game, and 145 on her third game. And we do have a fourth game, and that fourth game, we do not know what she scored or what she's going to score. So that's what we're looking for. And since we have 4 games that she's bowling here, we're just going to go ahead and divide everything by 4. So the 138 represents the first game, 140 the second game, 145 the third game, and X would be the fourth game, the game that she needs to score to maintain her average of 146. Now we're just going to go ahead and do the math. With our mathematical instincts, I'm probably just going to go ahead and add the 138, the 140, and the 145. And if I add all of those together, that should give us a total of 423. So now I have 423 plus X divided by 4, and all of that is going to equal to our average, and that average we stated earlier is 146. Now what makes this problem look difficult is this 4 down here, because we have a denominator. In order to get rid of this 4, or get rid of a denominator, I'm just going to go ahead and multiply by whatever that denominator is, and in this case it's 4. So anytime you want to get rid of a denominator, just go ahead and multiply by the denominator, and just remember, what you do on one side, you got to do to the other. So I'm multiplying by 4 on both sides. That way these 4's will cancel out, and I'm left with 423 plus X. And on the other side, I have to go ahead and calculate 4 times 146, and that turns out to be 584. So now I'm down to a one-step equation, because what I need to do is I need to get X by itself, which means I need to get rid of this 423. To get rid of it, I need to take it away, and take away means to subtract. Now what I do on one side, I once again do to the other. So when I go ahead and subtract 423 on both sides, these two 423s cancel out, and I'm left with X on this side. And on the other side, 584 minus 423 is going to give me 161. So X is equal to 161, and remember, we always rewrite it so that X is on the left. So we want X is equal to 161. And what does that 161 represent? Well, that 161 represents the score that she needs to bowl on her fourth game in order to maintain her average of 146.